So today the Lord just spoke to me just like maybe less than 10 minutes ago. Definitely less than 10 minutes ago. You're not utilizing your spiritual gifts or you are not using your spiritual weapons. One being is being in which is worshiping God. And I was praying because I fell yesterday and I was praying to God, and the Lord said you're not utilizing your warfare. The one of the most powerful weapons that the Lord has given us against the enemy is worship to him, worship to the Almighty, the all-seeing, the true and living God. So when you worship him, that is one of your weapons against the enemy. Number two is there is only one thing that the Lord said you cannot fight, and that is lust. He specifically said to flee from lust. All the other ones, you are equipped. I don't want to misquote the Bible, but I believe that was the only sin that you can't fight. There are some that need, let me take that back. There are some that come out by fasting and prayer. But lust is something you're supposed to run from. And I will tell you I am a witness. When you run from it, that means from where you are to another location, it will not be there waiting on you when you come back. If it happens to be hanging around in your home, it will not be there when you come back. But you must get up and leave. You must flee from it. You must not entertain it. You must not say, Satan, the Lord rebuke you, because that's not how the Lord said to handle that particular spirit, which is called lust. It's lust. Flee from lust. It's in the Word of God. I'm not going to say something that's not in the Word of God, but that is definitely in the Word of God. And remember to utilize your weapons. There's warfare weapons, fasting and praying. There are some strongholds that won't come up out of family lines. That's in my family too. I'll be candid because I know this is YouTube, but the only people who are really listening are people who know me, that are related to me, and a few close family friends. But I believe that this channel will grow, but I don't mind telling people what you that are listening now, who are my friends and family, with people who will eventually come on and listen, that I don't know, that I have gay children, two, possibly three, but out of 5 surviving children, that's a lot. And that's a spiritual hold that is demonic that the enemy has attacked my children. Definitely a plot from the enemy, definitely an attack from the enemy, because not even the most liberalist families have come up with, and born to one mother 3 gay children, or one gay, one lesbian, one bisexual. That's definitely, I know that's an attack from the enemy. I know it's a stronghold from the enemy. I know for sure. And some people, are gay and they're just all liberal and all this stuff, and they have a woman has a wife, a man has a husband, and they might have 5 kids and one of them end up gay. I ended up with 3: bisexual, gay, and homosexual. This is an attack from the enemy. And fasting and prayer is an effective weapon against the enemy. And I know that is why the enemy keeps discouraging me, because something is going to break when I do fast. It's going to break in the bloodline, because the Lord recently has, this year has just grown me up so much. And I know that has something to do with these days that we're living in, these last and wicked days. The Lord has grown me up in Christ so much, in my spiritual growth so much. And also I know that I'm going to be used by him, the hand of God in my family. Another thing, another attack from the enemy in my family is separation. When I have 3 sons that died. I had given birth 8 children, and 2 died within 2.5 years of each other. And when this happened, separation. My children don't talk to me, or one yells all the time. This is what happened. Grief confounds, it changes things, the whole trajectory of everything. And my daughter, one of my children, and I were very close. Another thing is, I want, before I go down that, I want, and this video is about to cut off, so it'll have to be a 2-part video again. But I want to point out that the Lord has been revealing to me family monsters or enemies within my own family. People who grinned in my face, people who said they loved me and wanted the best for me, ended up being one of the main main characters that were orchestrating my downfall, or the things that were happening to and around me and my children. And my eyes were shut to it. This is why I say that you need to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Witchcraft is very real. And you may not think that you have a family witch and that's just superstition. And you may not think there's an outsider that's a witch, that people get jealous and angry and envious for little stuff just because of the kind of personality that you have, or the gifts that you have, and they want them, or they want to manipulate you, or your beauty, or it's not always about your beauty. Sometimes it's because they could see something in you that you may not see yourself, but the outsider looking in sees. Or just that they're a family person that wants to maintain control. One thing about this will be a 2-part video. One thing about somebody who always has to control somebody else, that usually indicates